Hello. Today I will try to show what is really wrong with Einstein's special relativity, especially with its postulate that the speed of light does not depend on the speed of observer. According to Einstein's special relativity and according to current scientific consensus, light has wave properties, and therefore for an observer at rest that observes the moving source it should look like a wave on the surface of water. Light would look as a sequence of spheres and the center of each sphere is wherever it was emitted. You will see animation like this in every video about relativity. Please note that the center of each light sphere is stationary and does not match the current position of the light source. At the same time, the speed of light should be constant for every other observer, including observers that move together with the light source. Light should propagate with the same speed in all directions and look like a sequence of spheres too, but the center of each sphere should be wherever the moving source and the moving observer are at the moment, as they move together. So from the point of view of stationary observer, centers of light spheres should be stationary and should not match the current position of the moving source. But from the point of view of moving observer, centers of light spheres should match the current position of the source. So centers of spheres should not match the current position of the moving source and should match it. It's obviously a contradiction. Centers of light spheres cannot be in different positions of space for different observers if they exist in the same universe. If they somehow manage to exist in some kind of multiverse, then maybe they are okay. So we've just shown that Einstein's special relativity leads to contradiction and therefore cannot be true. At least if we accept that center of a sphere does not change its position depending on who is watching at it. Well, maybe for modern science sphere can have more than one center. That would explain everything. But there is also another possible explanation. What if wrong postulates were used for special relativity? I should remind you that in the first video on this channel I've proposed alternative postulates for special relativity. Link to that video is in the upper right corner now. According to those postulates, the center of every light sphere will always move together with the light source. As there is only one center, there are no any contradictions. The proposed alternative postulates lead to specific predictions for the angle of synchrotron radiation and can be checked in experiment. But synchrotron would be needed. Please also note that those postulates are not fundamental. The fundamental postulates are deeper and describe all matter and energy of our universe as discrete machines. Just as in Convey's game of life but with different, more complex rules. In another video I've shown that astrophysical jets disprove Einstein's special relativity too. Link to that video is in the upper right corner now. In another video I've shown that Michelson-Morley experiment actually does not prove postulates of special relativity, and that the alternative postulates I've proposed work for Michelson-Morley experiment too. Link to that video is in the upper right corner now. Also in another video on this channel I've explained how exactly the proposed postulates can work. In short, light can have rest mass and therefore move slower than c. Link to that video is in the upper right corner now. And there are almost no any experiments that would confirm special relativity's postulate that the speed of light does not depend on the speed of observer. There is one special case when the predictions of special relativity match the predictions of alternative postulates I propose. This case describes the light that is emitted forward, in the direction of the expected light propagation. It always have the same speed c in absolute frame of reference whatever positive or zero speed the source has. Therefore this speed is c for every observer that moves with any such source, and the postulates of special relativity work for this special case. As far as I know, this is the only case that was checked in experiments which, as they say, prove the theory of special relativity. This special case is the only case that is described in explanations of special relativity. It's called Einstein's train. I will review it in one of my future videos. So here we are. I should mention that if you accept contradiction as truth, you can create wonderful unexplainable world, where space expands faster than light, but it's not about science. It's about our internal need for miracle. Need that was built into us by evolution. We just appear to love unexplainable miracles. But the fact that we love miracles, the fact that it's peer-reviewed, written in all textbooks, repeated by almost every human who calls himself an educated person, cannot cancel logic. Or can it? You see, almost all modern physics is based on calculus. But to build calculus, logic was used. If you cancel logic, you can't use calculus anymore. So logic should be respected. Or at least given a chance. Especially when alternative logical explanation is available. And is testable. Thank you for your attention.